Hey everybody, Rachel Teedy here with more of an interesting version of 13 Now update this evening. I have a special guest, Chief Meteorologist Paul Caiano with me here tonight, and we are tracking the extreme cold temperatures, and Paul's here to explain a little bit more about what this means and just how quickly it's going to get out of here.
Yeah, we like to put things in perspective, right? So how cold is it and how long is it going to last and stuff, and how does it compare to some cold that we've had in the recent past, as well as how far back we go. We talk about the polar vortex. That's where all this stuff originates. The polar vortex is like a figure skater in a spin, right? A tight spin keeps the cold air up near the pole. When the figure skater loosens up the spin and becomes more wobbly, you get these spokes of colder air that come and dip down. And sometimes these spokes are wide and long lasting, and sometimes they're quick shots. So that's why I put together this graphic. You can see the cold air forecast, the heart of it coming through on Friday and into Friday night. But look what happens on Saturday and especially Sunday. That spoke, if you will, like on a tire, it lifts right out. Like the tire just keeps on rolling out of here. And we get right back into the air mass, Rachel, that we saw before in January that really produced no Arctic air. So we get a little hint of that polar vortex. It's going to be brutally cold, but not going to last too long past the day Saturday.
And people here talk about polar vortex as if that's like a scary term, but that's what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that pool of cold air over the Arctic Circle. And sometimes a piece of it breaks off and heads our way. That's how we've always gotten our cold spells.
Right.
Sometimes they, in some winters, they last a long time, like a month or so at a time. Sometimes they're just a couple days. And this is one of those. It's just a couple
situations.
Yeah.
So talk about we talked about how this is some of the coldest air of the season.
Right.
We haven't seen this for a while.
Yeah. In fact, you got to go back to a year ago. And I looked this stuff up. The last time we were below zero, because it hasn't happened this year, was January 31st, 2022. So it was, just over a year ago. A week before that, it was 6 below on January 22nd, same year, right? But then the last time it was 10 below, when it got to 13 below, was on Valentine's Day, 2016. So that's what now, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago that we got down to 10 below. 15 below, you have to go back to 2005. And as low as 20 below was back in 1994 on January 27th when we got down to 23 below zero. Now, do I think it's going to get down to 20 below? With the wind chill, it will. But the actual temperature, which is what we're looking at here, is probably going to stay in that 10 below range for the lowest, at least right here in town.
Brutal. Awesome. Well, thank you, Paul, for joining us for that little bit of extra insight. We appreciate it. And the very latest coming up on News Channel 13 live at 9. We'll see you there.